Hey, who is that? What it do, YouTube? It's the man, the myth, the legend, Big Matt. Back at you with another vlog. Today, we're at Jack in the Crack. Can I get the meat lovers croissant? Let's do a combo. Can I do a Red Bull strawberry infusion instead for the drink?
Okay. That'll be it.
That'll do it. Can I get some ketchup for the croissant and for the hash browns?
Yeah, that's
Thank you. Bust it down. So today I learned something, and it took a while for me to understand it. See my polls, I'm always ready. I'm always checking the local stock plant schedule for trout. And I've noticed that every time I look, it says, for example, today what I saw was January 4th through the 10th. January 4th through the 10th. Lake Murray, January 4th through the 10th. Lake Wolford, January 4th through the 10th. And I was like, it got me thinking, what does this mean? And then I recalled a video of someone saying, you check the dates and it doesn't guarantee that it's going to be on that date, but for sure by the end of the week they're going to stock sometime within that week. And I was like, bingo, that's it. I texted my buddy Lil Chris, and he was like, yeah, it must be like a time frame. I'm like, yep, every business does time frames, and when you're doing business you can't just be like, for sure. They should be, but what's annoying, there's nothing wrong with that. The annoying part is that they don't answer the phones. There's no way to get in contact with them. At least I think so. Because last time I called a couple of San Diego lakes, San Diego, I didn't call Escondido, so don't get on me about Lake Wolford. But the San Diego, like Lake Miramar, Lake Murray, they don't answer their phones last time I checked. So, yeah, because I've been trying to get a hold of them, because some lakes that I go to, they don't charge you, they don't make you have a fishing license, a California state fishing license, and charge you a daily rate to fish at their lake. The lakes that I've been going to, they just charge you for just the daily rate. So I was kind of confused, because they say on their website to fish here it's $10, but it didn't have anything about California state fishing license required. But I'm positive that since it's part of the San Diego, the official lake program, that I already know that they need a California state fishing license. I don't know what the deal is with Lake Poway, Santee Lakes, and Lake Dixon, where they don't require that. Something maybe about being on their own entity. Maybe they're not affiliated with those lakes. But yeah, I was trying to reach out to them to figure that out, but I figured it out on my own without them. And yeah, most of them do require a California state fishing license and a permit for the day. And yeah, they just don't answer their phones. That's the only annoying part, so you could confirm whether they actually stocked or not. But yeah, about to get into this little breakfast here. Fast, ready, and fast, cheap. Can't really beat that for breakfast, because no other breakfast spots are fast. Neither are they cheap.
Was concerned when I finally got that bag. No was concerned one day I was gonna get mine. If someone tries to take mine, I'm reaching for my waistline. I was never scared when I jumped up off that porch. I was never scared when they tried to kick my door.
You guys remember on my last vlog where I tried Taco Bell's Rockstar fruit punch drink? This is where it's at. Jack in the Box strawberry Red Bull infusion. This shit's smacking.
ketchup.
Yes, please, a good amount. All right, have a good night. Oh, good day. Woo, way off. Y'all heard me tell him a good amount of ketchup. Tell me why he gave me 3 packets of ketchup. Come try this. It's pretty juicy. Watch where you drip. But that shit was pretty good. It's called Lake Wolford. They're like the only ones that answer their phone because they're not part of that San Diego reservoir boat companies. I'm gonna call Lake Murray, see if they answer, so I don't want to judge a book before I put it online for sure. But they answered and they said, yeah, it's usually sometime between those dates, like kind of in the middle of the week, but it's not an exact date. It is the week of. And typically the truck arrives within the middle, sometime in the middle of those dates, the 4th through the 10th. I was like, okay, so they haven't came yet? And they're like, nah, they haven't. I'm like, good thing I'm not wasting my money, bro. I'd have been pissed if I went to all these lakes that say 4th through the 10th and then they ain't stock shit. I think that's been my problem lately. They always show up like too early and then they ain't stocking shit when they say they did. Yo, in San Diego, fishing, bro, I swear to God, they piss me off sometimes. Like, what the fuck do y'all mean y'all closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and open only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I'm talking about you, Lake Jennings. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Then I call Lake Chola's Park, and I don't even know, that sounds kind of funny, but I call them, and then their phone tells me, oh, it says they're open on their Google, so I could have easily drove there. And then I call and they're like, oh, we're closed today. It's of AI. Oh, we're closed today due to storm cleanup, blah, blah, blah. And then I hope you have a great day. I'm like, that's annoying, bro. Like, what the hell? Y'all gonna be closed for storm cleaning? Update your Google. You know how many people just call with Google saying that you're open and don't call? Like, imagine getting all prepared just to be like, just to get there and being like, oh, dang, what the heck? They're closed? Like, and then you're like, okay, well, let's go find the next best option. And then all the other lakes are closed too. Yeah, the San Diego lakes, bro, like the official ones, part of the San Diego official lakes, man, y'all gotta do better. Lake Wolford, bro, they be shitting on y'all. And same thing with Lake Poway. They're the only ones that answer the phones. I think Lake Dixon does too. Like, San Diego got to do better. But yeah, I guess from now on, I'm going to the lakes that answer their phones because I'm not trying to go off a limb. Oh, it says they're going to stock sometimes between then and there, and the truck usually gets there in the middle of the week that it says. I ain't going off a limb like that. I'm good. It's a waste of time. Excuse my yapping away too, by the way, because it seems like most of the other lakes are confirming that, on their website at least, that you do need a California state fishing license. I just felt like I needed to call to like kind of put away with the confusion because it says you could purchase your daily license. I'm like, can I just pay for a daily license and not have the California state, or do I have to pay for both? But now that I know more, yeah, you need both, and it is saying that on their websites. Just a little confusing. But Lake Murray is a little bit more dope. I know I didn't talk wet on the Lake Murray yet. I think so their concession is closed at Lake Murray, but they say on their website they're open 7 days a week. It's just annoying because I want to call now that I know this whole stocking thing. I want to call to make sure that the truck actually arrived before I go out there, because when the truck ain't arrived yet, it's pretty dead, bro. It sucks. And this makes it kind of a little better, because if there was an exact date, we all know how those days work, bro. Like for the lakes that give the exact day, bro, people are shoulder to shoulder, can't hang, too many damn people, bro. And just getting mad at each other, getting mad at the boats. Oh, you got all this lake and you decide to come this close to the shore and get next to us. It's like, don't be mad because I could get around the lake and you guys gotta walk. Don't be mad. But yeah, the Lake Murray is actually open 7 days a week to fishing. But the catch is that you gotta still purchase your daily permit or license. I don't know I think it's called a daily permit to fish at the lake. But you gotta go to the metal ranger box, and it's like an envelope system. Probably gotta just put some, hopefully they would have a cards allowed to take card, or you just pay cash and you use the envelope system. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I've seen those before on like certain trails that I used to go to in Arizona. They would have a parking thing. Now you got to pay for parking to go to the trail, and they didn't have anybody there enforcing it, unless I think they had a patrol drive around and look for cars without the ticket on the window. But I was able to get the ticket because it's like some envelope system. Nobody's like actually giving you the ticket. So I grabbed the ticket, put it up on my dash, and I didn't put money in the little envelope. So, you know, I don't think that they're really gonna do anything past that. So I just fucking did that. But I think that's how it works. But yeah, they're open 7 days a week, except for the second Tuesday of the month and holidays, like big holidays, not little ones. Second Tuesday of the month, they're closed. But yeah, I still want to be able to confirm. That's why I'm waiting for their concession to open, and their concession's closed like I think Tuesday, and I can't. Yeah, they're closed a good amount of times, but not as much as Lake Jennings. Lake Jennings was freaking way too much, bro. Y'all only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for fishing. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm just gonna work today. Don't feel like getting skunked, especially for trout. I'm trying to freaking waste my time on a freshly stocked lake. I want to be able to see some fish. I want to do some sight fishing. I don't want to just be there hoping something grabs my bait. I want to see them. What's up, YouTube? So I've been online for about 3.5. Wait. It's 1:30 now. Gosh. My last delivery was at 1:30 in the afternoon, and it is 4 o'clock now. I've been online on 2 of the platforms this whole entire time, and I haven't got one opportunity. And I've just went online on DoorDash because they barely let me go online just about 30 minutes ago, and I still haven't got anything. I don't know what's going on with my life, if I'm doing something wrong or something, but I just feel like I'm stuck in a rat race where no matter how hard I work, I just keep getting back into the same poverty mindset, same struggle. And I feel like I spend the majority of my time working just to have a new car that everyone around me, like, or at least on the road. Like, every car on the road isn't brand new, but I see so many new cars. And as someone who doesn't have kids and lives in a tiny room, like, that's how far wall to wall my freaking bed is. And I freaking roommate with 5 other roommates. It's just freaking, well, I'm the 5th, and there's 4 other roommates, but I'm paying $850 in rent. That's gonna be the cheapest any rent's gonna be. And all I have is a car and no kids, and I just feel like I can't even enjoy simple things like the holidays, where it's like I get a couple gifts for people, maybe a few, you know, take a day off to do some fishing, and do this every once in a while. I just feel like I still can't seem to get ahead. I'm like, I am somebody who has no kids, and it just seems to not make sense because I spend majority of my time working.
Hey, Ryan. Hey. Daniela said that you called. You called my
It's
wife?
modern day slavery, if you ask me, because I feel like we are oftentimes put
Really clear, okay?
in a spot where
I like my life.
we're only able to make a certain amount of money
To the job.
just to get the bills paid, if not barely get the bills paid, and get ourselves fed, but never enough to get ahead. No matter whether that's running a business or working for a big multi-million-dollar corporation. We never get enough money to get out of debt, get ahead, and make things happen for ourselves, is what it seems to me. Even if you are a business owner and you quote unquote have freedom.
Hello?
because that's what people say. Oh, I enjoy my freedom. That's why I started my own business. And basically, they make it hard for those people too, because the fact that
I'm about to walk into where
when you do start your own business, they make it so hard just to get your business in front of people.
Let me help you.
Talking about those freaking pricks at Google, those pricks on Facebook, they're all connected. But how are they going to charge you $80 just to talk with a customer, not even to for sure book them? Or however much they charge per click. And just, it's so competitive, it's just not even funny. And it's like, I know there's not that many people who are actually really out here doing this, yet alone. They're going to make it hard for you to get on Google listing too, because it used to be an easy thing. Now they're making it harder to get the free calls in your area. It's just, if you resonate with this, like, hit that like button, because you're not alone. Honestly, at times it's just like, I don't know, my existence seems kind of pointless, where it's just like, I'm just here to work, and I never get to really enjoy life. I chose today not to go fishing. I chose just to work today, and I can't even get work. I've been sitting around for like 2.5 hours, dude. It's ridiculous. I'm looking, and I can't do any other job. Like, my other job's full time. Like, I need to have a job, my second job, to have flexibility. And it seems like every time I really don't want to do it, it's available. But when I do want to do it, it's not available. And that's why when I made that video of DoorDash graveyard shift food delivery challenge, I was trying to expose this, but of course, and just kind of expose the fact that they'll literally have us sitting around doing nothing. Like, it was like, we want to work, but they're just not going to give us the work. That's the thing about me. I always want to work. I always want to get ahead, but I just never can. And then
this here is my son's room. At least it should.
it's oftentimes where it's like,
Our son. He's into anime, skateboarding.
and then it's like when I was doing that, trying to expose it, of how long they'll have you waiting around and the type of orders they'll send you after waiting, it just bombarded me, threw me a whole bunch of course, when I'm trying to document it, it's super freaking weird how this stuff works.
You said you needed time to think about it.
And it's almost trippy how it makes you think about stuff like the law of attraction. Is like, what you focus on, the most you attract, and like attracts like, and this and that. And I'm just like, it's weird, because when you don't want something, it wants you, and when you do want something, it's running away from you.
That's not what happened. What happened?
Super freaking weird. But yeah, guys, I'm watching this new show. It's called Dark Matter on Apple TV. I think it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime. It's really trippy. You guys should check it out. And speaking of the devil, right when I finished that video, now they want to finally send me something. It's just, what can I say? What can I say? For anyone hating, saying, oh, you shouldn't have got so nice of a car. Honestly, my dream car was always a Prius. It just so happened that they just started making them all fancy looking and stuff. But before they made them fancy looking, I was driving a Prius, and it was a 2008. And I remember my ex-fiance overhearing people talk about our car, our 2008 Prius, which was, technically, I don't really care, but she overheard someone talking about the car that we drove, our 2008 Prius, and they were like, oh, yeah, the new one is nice. Not this one, the newer one aren't too bad. And then they were talking about ours, about it being ugly. And then she overheard that, and then I didn't really care, because at the end of the day, that car was pretty decent as far as like getting up and driving. But, you know, as far as getting things like registered and stuff, the second catalytic converter went bad after the first one got stolen. And that was just way too expensive. And it was burning through oil in between oil changes. But as long as you kept the oil, you know, up to level, you're good. But basically, all I wanted was just a reliable car. It wasn't really more of a thing about being, you know, flashy. It had nothing to do with trying to be flashy. It had nothing to do with, oh, everyone else drives around in a new car, why can't I? I was just dealt some shitty cards in life, also known as shitty cars in life. Dealing with lemon after lemon, dealing with cars, the repairs exceeding the worth of the vehicle, the cars that were more expensive than those shitty cars, and just giving me problem after problem. And I was getting tired of that, so I was just like, you know what, I know Priuses are reliable, and I know that the used ones have fucking problems because people beat them down, they don't maintenance them correctly, but there's other ones that are freaking pearls that go on 400,000 plus miles with ease. And that's all I wanted. I was like, you know what, maybe one day, maybe if I just freaking fight, struggle for this fucking time frame of, you know, how long it takes to pay this car off, maybe, just maybe, I could finally just have a reliable car that I took care of properly just to get me around. And it's one of my biggest regrets, because if all this struggle that I'm going through currently is a result of me having a new car and paying upwards towards $900 a month to pay for the insurance and the car note on this car, if all this struggle is coming from just a $900 bill every month, I would say that this car is not worth it whatsoever. There's often times where I think about my little old Prius with all the freaking problems that I could have easily threw the freaking $900 a month at times, however months it will take it to get it to run. Maybe that's rebuilding the engine so it doesn't burn through oil, putting a rebuilded one. I heard that's not a good idea either, because what if you put that oil burning issue is very common in those year models. So you could have easily just put a new rebuilt engine and it does the same thing. So the best thing to do is just rebuild the engine that you got. Not put a rebuild, which would have been cheaper. Not to put another used engine in there, which would have been cheaper, but to just fucking rebuild your engine, which would have been more expensive. But it's just so many problems with buying people's used junk. But if this car, there's times where I think about it where it's like, I could have just threw that money at that car, but it's just like, there's something else to it where it's like, I could have threw all that money at that car and all that good stuff, exceeded its value, because it was not only did it have those problems, but it was a restored salvage title. So it was salvaged, and then they did everything that needed to be fixed regardless of them deeming it salvaged. So it got restored salvage instead of being a salvage vehicle. So it just wasn't worth it. And I was just like, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, dude, if I could turn back the hands of time and just fucking say fuck, I would probably say fuck this car. I'd be more than happy just to fucking rebuild some old fucking car that was something that I guess I could afford. But it's just like, I don't know. I wasn't really happy with that car. But I'm not happy with this car either, because it's taking a lot from me, bro. Super funny, guys. I find it quite funny how we're just talking about Priuses, and then I had a silver Prius, and then the notes on this delivery says house with, you know, green doors and a silver Prius out front. I'm just like, how funny. That was the color of my 08. And I don't remember life being too easy with that car either, bruh. Got a delivery right when I got back home and laid down. And then I come back out to this. And I was like, you know what? This is why it happened like that, because I needed to see this. Alright, you guys, well, as much as I hate running out of storage because you're vlogging and doing all this content creation on your phone and then you run out of storage, you can't really hate too much because I just had to literally delete so many videos and stuff. It's like, if I had extra capacity in my phone or whatever device I'm recording on, it'll just give me an excuse to let stuff get too out of hand. Like, I just got so much stuff, it's not even funny. So it's really not that bad. You just gotta make sure to delete stuff that's that you no longer need. But anyways, chilling with my chicharron. We are watching Dark Matter on Apple TV, and you guys should too. It's pretty freaking fire. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. If you enjoyed this vlog, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Now I'm working on my tan. I be looking picture perfect. Someone get me on the cam. Hey, manifesting, not finessing. Pull up to the bank and I count up all my blessings. Stacking up these bands, you would think I'm playing Tetris. If you listen to my lyrics, then you might just learn a lesson.